Well, worry, Ward, there's nothing to be concerned about at all. What could possibly go wrong, eh?
Today we're going to be playing Cities Skylines, but with a bit of a twist. We are not going to be creating any old city, we're going to be creating a city with some very specific rules. Yes, we're going to be doing something a little crazy. Today I'm going to be building a city that mirrors a galaxy map in the game Stellaris. So we're going to have some interesting rules that should completely change up the way our city design works and create quite a few problems for us down the line, but we must stick to our artistic vision. Our city name will of course be The Galaxy, left-handed traffic only, and mainly this is because we need a large flat area to set up our galaxy map. Do we want to set on random disasters? I think the answer is absolutely yes we do. What could possibly go wrong? Is it even possible to follow all the rules I'm going to set myself? I don't actually know. We're going to do it, but I don't know if it's even possible to build a city like this. Basically, our city is going to be set up in star systems, which will each be connected with hyperlanes. So here is the piece of land we have available. I think we're going to try and set up the galaxy around here, but we're obviously going to start with one corner of the galaxy, one part up here. So this highway represents the entrance to our galaxy. I'm actually not going to start off connected to this. I'm first going to set up our first solar system. So we do need a massively curved road. I'm going to create a spherical solar system here. So here we are, this is our first solar system. It might be a little too big. We might be running into issues down the line because of the size I've made this, but I'm just going to have to try and make do. We're going to set up two solar systems first, so we do have some connections between our systems, because of course the external universe can't be connected directly to a solar system. That wouldn't make any sense. We're going to be using our 6-lane roads as hyperlanes. In Stellaris, hyperlanes connect our solar systems up. Hyperlanes do have to be straight lines, though, as that's what they are in Stellaris, and there is the first hyperlane. And now we've connected up the external galaxy as well. I might have used roads that are a little too big here, but who cares? Now this first solar system here I think will be our initial colony to start with. So we're going to set up a whole bunch of housing here so people can come and live at this specific solar system. We can also unpause now. That way we're going to start getting cars coming in, people will come in, and we'll start populating our perfect little galaxy. I will also add some internal structure to this solar system. It won't just be all by itself. And now we've run into our first minor oversight, and that is we've got no water or power in this solar system. So we best fix that straight away, because apparently people refuse to live in places without water and power. I need to find the species rights tab so I can change that. There we are, we've now set up a water network. The only thing we've got missing finally is a bit of power. I think a couple of windmills over here will probably do the job. Now we're getting quite a demand for industry. We've got a little bit of commercial zoning set up. We've got plenty of residential for people, but they need to have somewhere to work. So we'll set up our first industrial system, which will be this system over here. Let's look at how traffic's going. Yes, so we're getting a little bit of a traffic build up here. I can't imagine that's ever going to be a problem later on for our lovely, lovely city. If you're enjoying this video, you like the look of Cities Skylines, and you'd like to support this channel in some way, then I have the deal for you. Until the 15th of June, you can actually get your hands on Cities Skylines for as little as €1. You can also get the full bundle including 9 expansions and 21 add-ons for less than €20 on Humble Bundle by following my affiliate link down in the description below. And there we are, we've reached our first thing, Little Hamlet. That is our initial colony system, and our first colonized system have now grown large enough in population. We've unlocked some cool new things. We're going to need to start doing something about all this garbage we're accumulating in our industrial system, so we'll set up a garbage dump and a nice pleasant medical clinic for the rest of our citizens. And we've just discovered a whole new system next to our capital. Let's definitely start colonizing that straight away. At present, it doesn't seem that we've been very successful in establishing this second colony though. For the life of me, I can't quite work out why no one wants to live in this beautiful, beautiful new system with such luscious and open space. And the issue may be a simple one. We apparently were running out of power. So whilst very few people have decided they want to live in this new system, we've actually ended up with quite a few new drugstores, some corner shops, general stores. It's a whole hive of different commercial enterprise. A merchant guild seems to have set up association here. There is another milestone. We're now at a worthy village, so we can get a whole new area. We now have 3 systems: the Sol system, our capital, our homeworld, the Alpha Centauri system, our merchant system, and our main industrial system, Tertius. Just as we thought we couldn't find anywhere else to live, the Polaris system turned out to be connected to all three of our major systems in a find that scientists are dubbing the discovery of the century. Now, I spoke earlier about the rules. What are the rules I'm following? Well, the first one is that we can only have these systems. Systems might grow internally, but outside of the maximum limits, we can only get to another system via a hyperlane. Hyperlanes must connect any two systems, and we need to end up with what is going to be quite a large and circular galaxy in the end, as we will be buying more and more land. I'm actually going to be buying, I think, this piece of land next. Yes, it's 3,700. I don't quite need it just yet, so I will hold off a little longer. We said we could take out another loan. I think we might as well do it. I've never known there to be any issues ever with over leveraging your position. With our fourth system, this cements our position as an empire to be feared in the galaxy. We have now reached the tiny town level. I think it's time to get that new piece of land though, so we've got somewhere for the galaxy to continue expanding, discovering, exploring. Beautiful. Now we have increased the possible reach of our galactic empire. People need things, but what do they need most of all? Yes, that's right, entertainment. We need some more amenities in the regular system, and so I'm going to pop a basketball court right in there. And as you can see, that's made all of our lovely pops happy. And we've just become a boom town. Not only that, we've discovered a new system perfect for the refining of ore and other specialized requirements. As you can see, Arcturus is really the only system currently not full. We are starting to build quite an industrial base there, but we do need to be providing care for our elderly, as well as afterlife care. So we're going to place down our cemetery, as well as some important elder care in the only real position we've got. Luckily, if you are living in this elder care, you do get a great view of the church over there, which is, I hope, rather comforting. But we are going to keep the elderly near the things they loved, I assume their jobs, so we'll make sure to put some industrial districts all around them. And if you're enjoying this video, please build up that like button. We're getting very high demand for more housing. I think we are at the housing limit, so we're going to need to build some more city districts. Orville is the perfect system, a perfect planet in there to pop down some of those districts. The trees themselves are also on fire. That might be a problem. I'm slightly alarmed, but no one seems to be doing anything about it. They're just quietly burning. I think a forest fire got set off, possibly by the ice cube factory, though that would be a little concerning. The game is recommending we set up a disaster response unit, but that would cost 15,000, half of our money, and who knows if they'd even be effective. I'm taking an executive decision to leave the disaster responses for a later date. With Busy Town, we now get some city planning policies, allowing us to emphasize different policies for our cities or districts. In this case, that is solar systems. And by setting up a bus depot, we're going to be able to set how we choose to move our citizens around our city. I've now set up a couple of bus lines that should enable our citizens to get a firm movement around. Though I haven't set up one for Sol, I will do that from the capital outwards. That is very important. And here the buses go. They are zooming off to go on their routes. We do seem to have a little bit of a pile up here. I'm not entirely sure what's gone wrong. Maybe they all want to collect this one person from this house. And it does seem to be working. Brittany Smith, Sterling Graham, Leighton Ward, they're all queuing up now at the bus stop here in order to be able to take a ride. And I think we've done this just in time. The traffic into and out of our city to join the galaxy via this network is getting a little troublesome. 77% traffic flow. That might be okay though. We'll be okay. Noise pollution is also definitely an issue. I don't know how the Myrtle family are sleeping, but they can't be sleeping very well with all of this massive noise around them. The same is probably true of those in the elder care. Hopefully that's not the case for the cemetery though. Yes, and there seems to be some noise issues. The citizens are sick due to the noise pollution in the area. I'm not sure if you can quite hear it, but there is quite a lot going on here in Sol. Possibly we need to repurpose the capital and move out some of the residents. Those citizens worse affected, we've demolished their homes and instead we're going to build commercial districts in their place. I can't see any ethical issues with that choice. We've got a bit of a situation. One of our buildings is on fire. I think I can see the issue. My fire trucks are mostly in the Quarth and Polaris systems. They're not really reaching out here. Let's pop one out in Hauer. That should even up the balance. The galaxy does seem to be shaping up quite nicely. We've got a number of definitely residential focused areas, some industrial outlying districts, and quite a lot of commercial activity. Boom, we've just got to Big Town. This gives us another area. I believe with this we can basically finish off our galaxy now. On top of that, we've unlocked brand new zones, high density. We're going to be replacing Sol with some of this new high density zoning because we really know it needs it. And by building these metros, we're going to be simulating wormholes across our galaxy. That's going to be pretty darn cool in my opinion. We are having to use a bit of eminent domain here and demolish a whole host of people's homes. I hope they don't get too unhappy about this. To offset how upset they are, I've given them a nice little plaza with some park benches. I hope that can sate any of the soccer mums who might be upset in the local area. As if there's one thing I really don't want to have on my hands, it's a soccer mum uprising. At a whopping cost of 83,600, I've actually been able to activate my first wormhole of a sort. So I built an underground metro station, connected it to a new underground metro station, and this is a two-way wormhole. I can go between the two. That means, yes, we can go down from down under here, all the way across the city, over to this unpowered as yet, but soon it should be surrounded by some lovely new office zones. And now that we're colonizing the eastern wing of the galaxy, we can build a monorail.
What's it called? Monorail. Once again. Monorail.
So we made something of a minor clerical error. We built a pumping tower here for extra water to help the garbage plant. And then we need to get rid of some wastewater, so we built an inland water treatment plant. It turns out that that can cause a bit of cross-contamination, which is why people are literally dying. We've lost hundreds of people due to dirty water. We have set up a medical clinic to help, and there are numerous cemeteries, though none are in range, so we'll pop down a cemetery here too. That did solve the drinking water problem, although now we're left in the interesting position of having so many dead people waiting to go to the cemetery. Oh my goodness me. I didn't know you could purge citizens in Cities Skylines, but it turns out you can. But this is clearly the work of notorious mass murderer Citizen Walpole. Yeah, we have 3,006 citizens right now. Goodness me, oh my goodness me. It's the entire city. That one water pump must have poisoned the entire city. Due to all that unfortunate loss of pops, I have all these empty buildings. The city is actually rife with them. We do need to get rid of them so that we can get some new buildings built, and then we can fill those up with some lovely new citizens. And that's another metro line, or should I say wormhole, established between the tile system and Sol. It's very possible that my lovely dream of building a galaxy, we've got the galactic center here, we've got some arms coming out, it's very beautiful, but it's very possible my dream of building a galaxy, a Stellaris galaxy in Cities Skylines, constitutes a crime against humanity. Now, why am I saying that? Well, you see, the issue is that by setting it up like this and only having buildings, only having things in these specific systems, and then connecting them with our lanes and having traffic moving through, it makes the spread of building effects very difficult. And that's why we've now got this situation here where the Walton is pretty much on fire. There's buildings all over, burning down, buildings on fire. It is a hazard. There goes another one. Oh my goodness me, I hope no one is injured. I hope we can do better. I've built an extra firehouse just in case, and the city is telling me to build a disaster response unit to search through the rubble. I suppose I can do that. And here go the first responders, the disaster response unit. They're going to try and get to the factory. It's only over there, it's within a stone's throw, but unfortunately it's going to take them quite some time to get there and search for survivors. This is truly grim. Oh my goodness me. If only someone had warned me the dangers of my own actions. So there's a little bit of dangerous driving going on here. I'm not a big fan of that. I think some of these folks will need to have their licenses revoked and be sent to a driving school. Oh my goodness, traffic in this city is terrible. And there we go, we're getting basically one car through at a time. Some of these junctions definitely need a lot of work. And we finally made it onto this this hyper relay. We're going, look at the traffic though that we're going past. This is diabolical. Who would design such a thing? And we finally arrived. It did take far too long to get here though, I'm afraid. We've made it to a grand city. We can get a third loan now. Solar power plants, baseball parks. We'll definitely try and set one of those up. Great fun. We're also running into some power issues. We've got power plants, windmills, all of that sort of stuff. We probably need to build something like a hydro power plant. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it across, and it's going to cost us $110,000 but generate 480 megawatts or gigawatts. I just hope nothing goes wrong with this brilliant idea. So far we've definitely had the water rise on the other side, and oh no, it seems to have flooded over. That can't be good. This isn't right. This has sent shockwaves down the river as water is simply no longer coming in the same way it used to be. Well, I thought there might be consequences. I never thought the consequence would be that the dam would completely get rid of the river. This is a little awful because it means we've now run out of water for the entire city.
This is the worst.
I need to do something about this very quickly, and I think the only thing I can do is demolish the dam. Though in doing this, I may end up with a tidal surge coming down the river instead. Yes, the entire city was without water. Parts of it are even on fire. Look, it's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. That's how bad things are now going. What's that weird smell coming from the apartment next door? What does a dead person smell like? Oh no, have I killed my city again? We finally managed to revert this crisis. We built a load of pumping plants further north, and we reinstigated the regular flow of the river.
Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
We're getting an earthquake. Uh-oh. That could be bad.
An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help
Uh-oh.
if you are in the affected area.
Oh no! Oh my goodness me! A lot of devastation after this earthquake. Almost every system was affected. We've got fires everywhere, and the TRAPPIST system has basically been completely destroyed. Don't worry though, ladies and gentlemen. The chipper balloon tours are still ongoing. The balloon is happy and having a great time up there in the sky. Here it is. Yes, you're still able to go on a little adventure and kind of witness the majesty and the beauty of the entire galaxy on fire. And here is our galaxy, ladies and gentlemen. We started off in the north here with just the Sol system, and we generally expanded out. We went all the way around the galactic core here until we had a pretty full galaxy. As you can see, many systems all filled up. What have been the problems? Well, there's been a massive cost in terms of traffic. Only 61% of the traffic is actually able to flow through this city. The Sol system itself is a real bottleneck. Polaris has some problems, and Arcturus over here on the other end as well. In terms of pollution, the noise pollution in certain sectors is very high. Others are quite nice to live in. For instance, Kajam seems to be quite a lovely system, not very high valued though. Interestingly, a lot of the value of the land is concentrated around the Clendathu, Wenkwood and Karth systems, and poor TRAPPIST was completely demolished. Yeah, I don't even have the heart to try to come back here. It was cut off from the galactic network. And talking about cost, well, there's been a massive cost to life in this experiment. We've only got a population of 31,000. We've buried, in the few years we've been going, 3,590 deceased. We've got 152 waiting to be used in the crematoriums. I actually don't know how many we've had dead because we've had to put up crematoriums as well. And we do have some reasonable schooling and university networks, but that massive problem, which is the fact that we're so spread out, it's so difficult to get the area of effect from these buildings to probably head out to where we need them amongst the other clusters, amongst the other systems. Crime has been a bit of a problem. We've also had problems with fires, yes. The only saving grace is that we do have quite a fantastic transport network, or at least we did before that massive quake, taking quite a few of our citizens around the city all the time. And we can tell where a bus stop is because the sheer volume of people waiting to get on one of our fantastic buses shows us everything we need to know. I tried to do a fun little challenge and instead I accidentally murdered thousands. I guess this goes to show the road to hell is paved with good intentions. In this video, I tried to build an entire galaxy in a single city. If you'd like to see me build a single city in an entire galaxy, click the video on screen now.